Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and in today's video we're going to have a look at the latest from the live radar, run through the UKV, the arpege and the icon run, have a look at the temperatures over the next few days, as we are going to be seeing some pretty intense heat, especially on Monday, where temperatures widely across England will be into the 30s, with the peak temperature looking somewhere around the low to mid 30s. 35 degrees is looking like a pretty strong consensus from the models today. So yeah, very intense heat. It's looking like to be the hottest day of the year so far. It does look fairly short-lived though, with temperatures being that high for only a couple of days before we do return back towards average by the end of next working week. We'll then finish the video by just having a look at the longer range ensembles, just to see what is in store for the rest of the month, and especially the middle part of the month. But I do want to focus on those temperatures over the coming days, as that is going to be the most immediate hazard that we are going to see. So do remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure you like and subscribe. And remember to follow me on Twitter as well, the link's in the description. Now, I'm recording this late in the evening, around 11 PM, and you can see there are a few heavy showers towards western Scotland, but for most it's fairly dry, and it's not been too bad through Friday. Saturday's pretty similar, pretty decent day, quite a bit of sunshine, and temperatures starting to rise into the mid-20s. Now, overnight tonight, temperatures aren't going to be particularly warm. Again, they're around the mid-teens at the moment, nothing special, and this is probably the last evening where it's not going to be pretty uncomfortable. Come Saturday evening to Sunday, we're starting to feel that humidity, and then it's really going to pick up Sunday into Monday, and then into Tuesday as well. So if we do firstly go over to the UKV and have a look at the precipitation first over the coming days. This isn't going to be bone dry for all. You can see as we head into Saturday, there's a bits and bobs of rain around, but it's going to be a generally dry day with sunshine around, but some thicker cloud in places. As we head into Sunday, southerly winds start to arrive, and by the afternoon we're all in southerly winds and the temperatures are starting to rise. The really hot air hasn't arrived yet, but warm above average air is in. Temperatures will reciprocate, so by Sunday afternoon, mid to high 20s for many. As we head into Monday, things could hot up quite a bit. Look out to the north and west though, some quite big thunderstorms that are moving in from the Atlantic. This is a weather front that's bumping into the very hot air, and that could be very lively for western parts through Monday morning. But the big story for Monday is across England and Wales, where temperatures widely will be towards the 30-degree mark, and across parts of central and east England specifically be into the mid-30s, 33 to 35 degrees across quite a large swathe of England there. Going to be very intense. And then as you can see into Tuesday, we do see a weather front starting to push in. It does start to push that hot air away, but Tuesday afternoon still could reach the high 20s, maybe touch 30 degrees once again. And by Wednesday, we're all into slightly fresher conditions. Still warm, there's still some residual warmth, but that wind veering more from a westerly, it will inevitably cool down. Now, if you look at the temperatures, you can see nothing too special through Friday. And then as we head into Saturday, temperatures will rise slowly, especially in the south, but still nothing too special, trending more towards above average. That's really it. As we head into Sunday, it does start to significantly rise, mostly into the double digits, low to mid-teens or high teens at the far southwest. That is the very hot air arriving, and you see it fully pushes in Sunday night into Monday. Exceptional heat, upper air temperatures into the low 20s, which is a ridiculous air mass, and you can see it does move through pretty quickly, and you can see it peaks around the lunchtime period through Monday, and it slowly clears eastwards, and through Monday afternoon it could be exceptionally hot indeed. Into Tuesday, we still have some residual warmth around. Temperatures, as I said, still high 20s, but see much fresher conditions do start to arrive by Wednesday, and you can see that green air mass, which is Atlantic air, starting to push in. Now, if you look at the max temperatures, so we start on Saturday, temperatures could peak around the mid-20s, but most will be low 20s, so warm, but nothing too special. As we enter Sunday, slightly higher, mid-20s widely, higher 20s for quite a few across England and Wales, 26, 27 widely, maybe a 28 or 29 in a few spots. And then into Monday, look at this, by 9 AM, temperatures are already into the mid-20s. By midday, already towards 30 degrees, or locally 31 or 32. and by the middle of the afternoon, widely 30 to 34 degrees. So you can see just on the bottom right, northern France up towards 37 or 38. We're not going to be quite that hot, but I do think 35 is plausible, maybe even likely, especially around a 35. And I think there's a low chance, but not impossible, that we see a 36 somewhere. Again, it all depends on the exact timings of the air mass. If that shifts by a few hours, it could change these top temperatures by a degree or two. We'll have to wait and see. But for the time being, yeah, looking pretty intense indeed. As we head finally into Tuesday, temperature's still hot, mid-20s or high 20s. And yeah, still looking really quite good before eventually it does cool down towards Wednesday and Thursday, and you can see that there by Wednesday afternoon, still mid-20s, but nothing too special, starting to cool down, but still could feel relatively humid in the east, as we saw from the upper air temperatures a minute ago, that we are seeing that much fresher air mass starting to push in, and that will make much more influence through Thursday and Friday, as we'll see from the ensembles at the end of the video. I do just want to touch on the other runs, look at the arpège, specifically for the Sunday through to Tuesday temperatures. You can see for Sunday afternoon here, getting up towards the 27, 28 degree marks, fairly in line with the UKV here, maybe even slightly higher. As we head through towards Monday, you can see by lunchtime already into the 30s, and by the middle of the afternoon, very similar, widely 30 to 34 degrees. Temperatures peaking here at 2 p.m. So very intense indeed, not the 36, 37, 38 or even 39 we're seeing here across northern France, but still very hot indeed. It just shows you very small differences, and we could be a couple of degrees higher. And again, it does show you the power of this air mass. If it's lasted another day or two, I wouldn't be surprised if we got toward the high 30s, but not in this case because it is fairly short-lived hot spell this, but very similar to the UKV, peaking around the 33 or 34. Definitely think locally, again, a high resolution, we could get to a 35, and there's the odd chance, the margin of error, that we do get towards a 36. Generally, when we see these very intense air masses, the short-range models do normally underdo the temperatures just by a degree or two, because they do underestimate the strength of the sun and the power of sort of urban heating and microclimates that we can see. So I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere like Heathrow or Kew Gardens in London got up towards that 35, 36 degree mark come Monday. And then you can finally see as we head into Tuesday, temperatures are pretty similar to the UKV. Again, 26 to 28. So still warm, still hot, still touching heatwave thresholds, but only just, and turning much cooler, a good 5, 6, 7 degrees cooler than on Monday. And then just to finish for those short range runs, if we do have a look at the DWD icon, just refresh it briefly just to make sure we get the most up-to-date run. You can see as we head into Sunday, very similar, 26 to 28 quite widely. As we head into Monday, again, temperatures 30 to 32 by lunchtime, and then 30 to 33 by 3 p.m. Might be similar to the arpège with temperatures peak at 2 p.m, but we can only see 3-hour intervals here, so it could peak slightly higher, but broadly very similar. So I do think we've got pretty strong cross-model consensus now that kind of 33, 34 is looking like a pretty strong contender for the high temperature. I do think that is what we are going to see. We're definitely going to see somewhere 33 to 34. As said, I think there is a strong chance we see a 35, or at least a rounded 35, and a low chance we see a 36. We'll have to wait and see, because it is a good couple of degrees above what the exact modelling is showing here. But again, from experience, it's not out the realms of possibility. We always can see a degree or two higher than these runs do show, especially in a very intense, unpredictable air mass like we're seeing right now. Again, very subtle movements and timings, and intensities and positionings of the air mass can make that degree or two of a difference. And then finally, if we do just run towards Tuesday, very similar. Again, mid-20s for quite a few in the east, maybe high 20s in a few localised areas. Now, just to finish the video, I just want to have a touch on the long range, just so we can keep up to date with it, because we are probably not going to look at it too much in the next couple of days because of the heat coming in, but we still should touch on it just to make sure we're keeping up to date with what is going on. Now you can see here that we got this big heat spike coming as we head into Monday. Then it does cool down back towards average, and then generally we do see oscillating around average with pretty high precipitation for many. So nothing too special, but definitely back towards average as we head into the middle of the month with higher precipitation. So yeah, if you're not looking forward to this heat, don't like it at all, then good news, it is probably going to trend back towards average and something more in line with normal, even kind of worse than what we'd expect during August. So yeah, this is not a pattern change. This heat isn't going to last too long, but yeah, it could still be very intense on Monday. And we'll have another update out tomorrow and on Sunday, just to update those top temperatures to see exactly what we're going to see, the timings of it as well, and the region, as we are still seeing subtle shifts in the size and positioning of those top temperatures. So anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again for another video soon.